Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle yoga practice. Today, this week, we're working with the theme of grace, opening to grace. I really love this theme because I really want to age gracefully. So let's go ahead and get started. So we'll start with the hands down by the sides and just take a moment to push the hands down and lift the chest up. Connect now to that pelvic floor. So it's just a drawing in. Feel that. We call it Mula Bandha, root lock. And then right above that, below the navel, we have Uddiyana Bandha. We draw that in and up. Uddiyana means flying upward. So that's a beautiful energy. And then you can just drop the chin into Jalandhara Bandha, which is the chin lock. So it's a gentle stretch to the back of the neck. Now with the bandhas engaged, you can release the hands and your body is supported from within. And then close the eyes and just focus on the breath. We're going to use the breath in this practice, inhaling, exhaling. As you inhale, the rib cage expands. Exhale, the rib cage relaxes. And just notice that nice easy breath. And now let's take the hands together in prayer position and we'll vibrate an Om to start the practice. So just taking a breath in. And now bowing in, I'm going to recite the grace quotes. Grace. Grace is not part of consciousness. It is the amount of light in our souls, not knowledge nor reason. Open yourself to grace, for grace is what you are and what you are becoming. Let go of your need for certainty. Embrace uncertainty with openness, for that is where grace flows. Grace is not something we earn. It's something we receive when we are willing to surrender to it. Grace. Let's go ahead and get started and move with that elegance and refinement. So if cross-legged position wasn't accessible for you, of course you could always sit in this large diamond shape, right? And just get your spine really lifted. And from here, let's just start a little bit of movement with breath. So with the hands by the side, take a big breath in and reach the arms up. And just gaze straight ahead for now. You can even elevate your shoulders, but make sure they're drawing back. And then exhale, let the hands come down. And now inhale, we'll add a drishti or a gaze point. You can start to look up. And then exhale, let the hands come down. We'll just do one more like that. Big breath in, inhale. You can even gaze up if that felt good. Exhale, hands down. Let's make our way over now to all fours. So we'll come over to all fours. And today I'm going to use the blocks. They give a little bit of height if you want to try this. It just feels kind of nice. So I also like to tuck the toes under, but it's okay if you don't. I like this because I'm going to come into that cat, right? And I really want to get that lift upward, and it really helps me to find that. And also nice across the back and the shoulder blades widen. I love that. I feel really lifted there. Exhale. Now moving with your breath, inhale, start to sequence your spine forward and arch your back, and just notice where is that today. Exhale, you can start to round and really pull the belly in and up. And let's do one more. Inhale, start to come forward. And then exhale, start to round the spine. Now inhale, come to neutral. We're going to come to child's pose, but I'm going to use the blocks again. Reach your blocks forward and take your butt back to where it will go. And breathe. Inhale, reaching the arms. Exhale. Taking the head gently down, reaching forward. At the same time, you're drawing the butt down as best you can. And one more breath. And now inhale, rising up. We'll place the blocks in front of you. Now I'm going to turn the blocks on the high level, and we're going to set up for the pose Anjaneyasana. It's a really awesome pose that we use a lot in yoga, sometimes even in sun salutations, but I want to make it accessible for everyone. So if you needed to, you could be on a blanket or a pad, and you want to make sure you're a little to the front of your knees. So we're going to step the right foot forward, just holding onto the blocks. And then start to rise up here, taking the tail under. From here, we can move the blocks back a little bit and reach the left arm up. And we're going to take that's a new word, a gentle side bend to the right. And you can allow the shoulder to lift a little as you drop your right ear and side bend and breathe into that. And then inhale, rise up. And now from here, we're going to take it into Anjaneyasana. So one of my students used to really hate this pose until I broke it down like this, and now she really feels the benefit. So I'm hoping you will too. So keep your tail under here. Just it's just such a nice heart opening, open to grace kind of move. You let the chest really lift, like let the sternum really open as the arms come back. And you can adjust this front foot as you need. I'm not lunging forward just yet. Just keep lifting, and just take it to where you can. And you're not going to take the head back just yet. Now, if you want to here, take your arms back as far as they will, but you lift the shoulders, roll them down and wide, and then start to lunge. Just take your time with it. And then if you're somewhere where you feel really good, you could take your head, but make sure you're breathing. And then inhale and rise up. Hopefully that went well, and we'll try it on the other side. So again, you're a little, the weight is a little to the front of the kneecap, not right on it. And a blanket is a good idea. So if that's hard for you. So move your blocks back a little bit. So they're right under your armpit. And then you're going to reach the right arm up this time and side bend over to the left. Keep the tail under on that right side. So you're feeling a nice stretch on the hip flexors on the right side. Just drop the left ear and side bend and breathe. You can gaze straight ahead, just breathe. If you wanted to, you could turn your head up and then inhale, rise up. Now we're going to come into the pose Anjaneyasana, and we'll start to just open the sternum. Just let the shoulders roll open. They're kind of going back, down, wide. The sternum is really lifting. Don't lunge forward just yet. Let's just work on that for a moment. Lifting. You start to reach. Don't take the head back yet. Now you can start to lunge forward. Lift up, lift up, lift up. And then only if you wanted to, and it felt good, you could take your head back maybe. Or not. And breathe and inhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana. It's actually the mother, Anjaneya is the mother of Hanuman, who's the monkey god, who is the front split pose. So we're not going to do that today. We're going to come down to the floor though. But it's a cute story. So come to seated. And this time we're going to just find a gentle forward bend after that back bend. So let's find that diamond shape again. And you can place your block in front of you, whatever level you need. Sit up tall. And then let's start to round the spine forward, pulling the belly in as you do that. And maybe you could gently take your hands on your legs and just hang out here and breathe. You could take the blocks a little lower if that was something you wanted to do, or move it out a little bit. And just breathe here. Make sure your belly is lifted and the shoulders are down and wide. And just breathe. So you may have noticed, you can stay down there. You may have noticed that Anjaneyasana, or the back bends, are very energizing, whereas you come into this, you can just surrender in a forward bend. Just stay there and breathe. And then inhale, rising up. We're going to do a little bit of a side bend exercise, and the next couple exercises are actually Pilates exercises, but they work really well to help us get deeper into the yoga practice. So we're going to take the left, you could stay in this pose, or we're going to take the left leg in front. If it's accessible for you, the right leg comes back. right? But otherwise just stay in that diamond. And so we're gonna take the left hand down, reach the right arm up. This is called Mermaid in Pilates, but I call it's side bend in yoga. So we'll come over and just bend to the side. Make sure you're drawing your left shoulder away from your ear as you side bend over to the left. And rise up. You can gaze straight ahead or kind of down the nose and straight ahead. Go back down and rise up. We'll do it one more time, this time with some head variations. So reach over. This time, maybe take your gaze down, take it straight ahead, and then maybe up. And then find a position that feels good in your body. Make sure you're drawing that left shoulder away from your ear, and then inhale and rise up. Now we're going to take a gentle twist to the left and walk your hands in and just lift up. Lift up. So it's less of a twist and more of a feeling of a back bend in the upper back. And lift and breathe. And remember, you could be in this position doing the same thing. It would be here. And then slowly coming back around. Let's go to the other side. So you could, maybe it's accessible in your body for your left leg to come back and the front leg is across. And then we're going to take the right hand down to the side, lift the left arm up, inhale here, exhale, side bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, come up. Do it again, and this time stay, really drawing your right shoulder away from your ear, and we're gonna take the head and look down to the floor, and then look straight ahead, and if it feels okay, looking up. Gazing down the nose, but looking up, or straight ahead, whatever feels good in your body, and then inhale, rise up. And then from here, we're just gonna take a gentle twist to the right, and lift up. Remember, if this wasn't accessible for you, you would just be sitting here and lifting up, same pose, okay? Lifting. And then we come back to the center. And then from here, let's take a gentle Paschimottanasana. So legs out in front. Notice, can you sit way up, right? If not, you could bend your knees a little bit. You wanna get up on the sitting bones here. And then we're gonna take the block down, or blocks, whatever feels better in your body. So if you can straighten your legs and sit up, that's great. If not, you could bend the knees or be seated on a blanket or pillow, and then just come forward and just breathe here. Remember, forward bends are for release. So see if you can find that and adjust as your body needs. Make sure your shoulders aren't lifted. Draw them down. You could even be here. Belly is in. Keep breathing. I'm activating my legs because I'm able to straighten them. So do the best you can. And then inhale, rising up. Now we're going to take the legs out. And as promised, I'm going to show you another Pilates exercise that can help if you have a hard time sitting in this straddle pose, or what we call Upavista, wide angle pose in yoga. So you can bend the knees, but if you were fine here, you could do this too. So you could bend the knees and really sit up, right? Find that point. You definitely don't want to be back here. And then in this exercise, it's kind of, I don't know, corny, I guess. It's called circular saw. So you can sit way up. So imagine you're this circular saw and you're going to twist to the left, right? And you just kind of twist. And now you're going to round the spine. And I think this is the saw. And they say you cut off your toe, but you get the idea. So you round over and then you lift up, straighten up, and then we'll go to the other side. So you twist, you can do that 2 times, and then we're gonna round the spine, but open the right arm and round and graze that right toe, and then sit up tall and come back to the center. Let's try it again. Twist and round. Let's stay this time and breathe. Your knees could be bent, and then rise up and come back to the center. Other side. Gentle twist. And you can round the spine, reach through the right arm, stack your spine, and come back to the center. And now bend the knees. And we're gonna do something fun, a little kind of balance on the butt. You're gonna curl the tail under first, keeping the legs wide, letting the legs come up. And maybe you stay here. We're trying to balance, keep the shoulders down, but eventually maybe you could end up here. Or maybe you're here, or maybe you're here. But you're not trying to sit way up. You're curling back. See if you can find that again. Maybe your legs come up a little. Maybe you can go here. Maybe you can go here. Anyway, just play with that. Now we're gonna do a nice roll back onto some blocks for a restorative back bend. I think we've earned it. So place your blocks where you kind of think your shoulder blades are and where your head is. And of course you can adjust as you go back. So we'll do a nice slow roll back. Your knees can be bent. Pull the belly in, that's a nice spine stretch. Or maybe you can straighten your legs. You could use your hands on your legs to curl, right? Let your body curl back, really feel that. Oh, I placed them kind of nicely, but you want the edge right on the bottom part of the shoulder blade, and then the other one just to support your head. Let's go ahead and just try not to turn the legs out. So you keep them pointed up and they're a little bit activated, just to stay straight, and then reach your arms up. It's okay to feel like the rib cage is lifting a bit, not widening so much, but lifting upward. And so that you open that up. Really open the chest, the front of the shoulders, the back is contracting. It should feel nice. You could close your eyes. Keep breathing. Inhale, let's change the crossing of the elbows. Taking the arms back, feeling that nice lift, nice breath. Breathe deeply into the rib cage. Sometimes that's hard in a back bend. You have to really focus on that. And now to come out, go ahead and reach the arms to the ceiling. We'll start a roll up. And you're supported at the top, so use those blocks to help you. You could use your hands here and come on up. And then from here, we'll move the blocks, just put them to the side. And we'll do a nice slow roll back again. So curling back, pulling the belly in. Use your hands, your knees could be bent. Remember, all those modifications work. Come all the way down. And then once we're down, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees and come into a nice articulating bridge. So curl the tail under. Take your time here. Really curl. And then roll the shoulders back as you lift up. So you feel the shoulders pressing down, right? And the hips lifting up. Notice where your chin is, right? Find neutral. So the neck feels supported and long. Breathe here. Stay for another breath. Reach the arms. And let's slowly take your time, curl down, pull the belly way in, and curl down, curl down. And then let's go ahead and take the arms out to the side. We're just gonna lift the hips up, shift the hips to the left, take the knees up, and gently take the knees over to the right. Now, as you do this, the shoulder might pop up. That's okay, but see if you can roll it back. So even if it's up, roll it back. Even if the knees are a little higher, that's okay. You could look straight up. You could look to the left. It's a little deeper if you do that. But just breathe. Again, find your breath. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And then inhale, let the legs come up. We'll go the other way. Lift the hips, shift them to the right. The knees come up, the knees go over. You're turning the left ribs to the right. And even if your shoulder's up, that's okay. Just work to roll it back though, and just see where you go. And you can either gaze up or over to the right if that felt good. And deep breath into the rib cage. Exhale, feel the twist. And then inhale, letting the legs come back. We're going to find our way into Shavasana. So you could grab the legs, you might grab the feet, whatever feels good in your body, rocking around a little bit. And then slowly releasing, just release. Let the shoulders roll back and just fall into a place of grace. And stay in that elegance, open. And you could stay here as long as you wanted, but I'm going to go ahead and take us out. So let's go ahead and just become aware of the breath. Start to slowly move the fingers and the toes. You can bend your knees. Find your way to your side and hold a nice fetal position for a moment, a few breaths. Slowly making your way up to seated. And taking your time. And once you found that place where you can sit nice and tall, stay there for a moment. And close your eyes and notice, are you in that place of grace? And let that resonate in everything you do. Namaste.